I'm going to hit record, and then I'm going to share my screen. All right. Oh my gosh. Josh, Noah has a little friend who calls constantly. All right. We are going to talk about reverse engineering our goals, okay? So we're going to first kind of talk about some different reasons why some people build this business. And I want you to think about your own goals as we kind of go through this, because we're going to wrap up this conversation talking about what we want out of this business, okay? Because if you've never really sat down and asked yourself why you're working, why you're putting yourself out there, why you're on team call, why you're listening to national wake-up calls, oh my gosh, I didn't want to listen to the wake-up calls today. Totally forgot. Why are you doing those things? And if you never really sat down to think about that, I want you to maybe tonight when you have this call or throughout the week this week, write out what it is that you are doing in this business, okay? So it might be a financial goal. You might be looking to get your groceries covered. A little thing's going to be in the way for some of these, I think. You might be doing a house renovation, putting in a pool. It's on my vision board. You might be wanting to pay for your business fees, your $20 business fee, or maybe you're looking to cover your Shakeology costs. Maybe your kids have ridiculous extracurricular activities and you need to pay for those. You may want to replace a full-time income or parts of your income. You may be addicted to online shopping and you want to pay down those online bills. You may want to pay your car payment. You may have credit card debt you want to pay back. You may want to take your family on vacation. All of those could be reasons why that could be a financial goal for this business. Some people don't join Beachbody for a financial reason. Some people join for the community. So maybe it's for the friendships that they've developed. Maybe it's for having a group where they feel accepted and they can be themselves, where they feel encouragement, where they have accountability to their own health and fitness goals, where they feel that they're mentored, or that they feel support and the love of the group, or connection, okay? Maybe it's a combination of both. And I would say that we're all here because we have that goal of a financial goal and a connection, because I can't imagine just being here for the money. I can see how this could be a draw for you. But I think everybody can attest to the fact that Super Saturdays and Success Club trips and Summit and team calls and national wake-up calls and all of the groups that we get to be a part of, it's that connection that we get to be part of, okay? And regardless of what your why is, it doesn't matter why you're here. It's how you want to build this business, whether you are a walker or you are a jogger or you are a runner and you want to go. I hate the term balls to the wall, but I use it in our Fixing Our Way Fit, but I don't know, I say it. But regardless of how or why you want to build this business, it's your way. Okay, so it has the opportunity to change those aspects of your life. So I want you to think about whether or not these are financial goals or they are those community kind of connection goals. Whatever aspect you want to focus on, this business has the potential to change those parts of your life. Okay, you get to determine the pace of your business. You get to determine whether or not you show up for team calls. You get to determine whether or not you listen to the national wake-up call, whether you're doing your personal development, whether you're running accountability groups. You get to determine how fast you build this business. And if you find yourself going, what's going on? Why am I not building this business? Why am I not attracting challengers? Or why am I, stuck in a certain mindset? If you're stuck in a certain way or a certain mindset, then something is missing. Something that you're not honing in on needs your attention, okay? So I want to I went to write my book down, but if you are reading Girl Stop Apologizing, Rachel Hollis, she talks about goal setting. And she talks about how everyone else tells you to take the little road and do this and then do that and do all of your little things, and all those little stones lead to your goal. And while that's awesome, she talks about thinking about your big picture goal and then reverse engineering what it is that you need to do to get back to what it is you need to do every day. So thinking big picture, if you're thinking really big picture and walking across the stage at Summit, write down what exactly that means, what it looks like, and what it looks like for your business, okay? So tonight's end that we're going to talk about a couple of things, but I want to focus on challenge groups, okay? I want to just, because challenge groups are the bread and the butter of your business. When you start to run challenge groups, we're going to get into this in a little bit, but when you run a challenge group or accountability group, if you're new, I use those words interchangeably. That's where your business will start to grow. And so if you are running a group alongside me, or you're running your own group, and I'm going to challenge you, if you are someone who's not a brand new coach and you have yet to run your own challenge group, I want you to rip off that Band-Aid and I want you to start advertising for your group that's coming up in April. And guess what? You may have no idea what that looks like. You don't know what it's called. You don't know when it is, although I would pick a date. I got to change my calendar. You got to pick a date, right? But I want to challenge you to do that, because if you were on the team call last week, or maybe it was in a live video, when I ran my very first clean eating group, I had no idea what it meant. I just advertised that I was going to run one, and I had a ton of people in there. I wish I could find that book. I had a ton of people in there, and I had no content, you guys. I had nothing. I listened to Kiana's YouTube videos. I pressed play on one computer because I was not tech savvy. I didn't know how to go from one screen to the other. I didn't know you could watch a YouTube video while you had another screen open. Like, I had no idea. So I played her videos and I pressed stop and I typed out what she said. She's a health teacher. She's no more anything than anybody, right? But I looked up to her as an upline and as somebody who already had invested time and energy into something. I wasn't putting my face on the camera at that point. There's no way. But I had no content. And I did it anyway. Basically, jump and grow your wings on the way down. So if you don't have yet to run a challenge group, and things like, I don't have anybody in there, or I don't know what to say, or I don't know where to find the challenge group guides, and those things are holding you back, I need you to step outside that comfort zone. Because when you do, and you start posting differently and frequently and more consistently, and you're giving people something to show up for, it changes the tone of the way that you post. Okay, so running monthly challenge groups, I swear to God, I'm going to find a spelling mistake. They offer support to your clients. Okay, they help your clients get results because your clients are investing in you, and they want a return on their investment, right? Give clients a return on their investment. How many times have your customers bought something? They've bought Jillian Michaels DVD, or they bought, what is that thing called that Suzanne Summers used to do? Like a thigh exerciser thing where you squeeze your legs in, right? Those, you invested in Weight Watchers, invested in things that probably worked for a time being. Their return on investment was minimal. Maybe they saw some things, but our goal, our mission as a company is to help our customers get that return on their investment so that they are actually seeing results with their programs. And so as a coach, they're getting return on their investment when they are financially getting that return on their investment, right? Like, they're investing their money and they are signing up to build a business, although they probably get that business fee waived anyway, and they are earning that money back. So that's a return on their financial investment. But people want a return on their investment so that they are feeling better, so they're looking better, so that their energy is back, and they're sleeping better, and they're going to the bathroom. And your challenge groups are a place for you to show up, and you are supporting your clients' nutritional habits. If you are doing Ultimate Portion Fix, like, Beachbody blew it out of the water with this one. I am amazed with the amount of content that is given to you for essentially $186. You may have done a different package, but you can get it for $186. You can get it for $100 if you don't do Shakeology. The amount of information there, just even as a challenger, is phenomenal, and that can be overwhelming. So your job as a coach is to run an accountability group so that your clients know that you're there for them, that they're not just wasting their money. I already have people who literally just last week, 2 weeks ago, bought, and I'm not hearing back from them, and it eats me alive. I hate it that I know that they're not plugging into those videos. And so I'm going to make a point of posting about that on my social media so that people know that I'm not here just to make a buck off of you. You're not a number to me. I don't want our clients to feel like they're just a number and that they're just someone else showing up in your monthly end goals. Okay, so running monthly accountability groups, challenge groups, are our way of supporting our clients, okay? And the last one there, not all of your clients are going to become coaches, but I can guarantee you that if you are showing up in your challenge group, and if you're in a challenge group with me, for example, and you brought people into that group and you just drop them and kind of like run away, then those challengers who are going to be supported by me, because I will eventually answer questions. I will always reach out to people and answer them, not because I want them to be my customer, but because I want them to feel supported. Then they're going to feel abandoned by you as their coach. So if you put them in an accountability group, you have to make sure you show up for them, because that is shaping their belief in our programs. It's shaping them into understanding that this is not just a little set of containers, and it's not a water bottle, and it's not a little shake, it's a community. And that in these accountability groups that we are running together as a group, or maybe on your own, and you can add me in there if you want, then the transition from being a client into a coach is that much easier. Okay, so how do we get there, right? How do we get to those challenge groups? Because I can remember sitting on team calls going, okay, Kiana, like, okay, Christina, I hear you. I know what you're saying, Taryn. Like, I hear you saying that I need to run these accountability groups, but I don't know how to make that happen. Okay. And I get it, because I remember thinking there's just, I can't get there. So I would be remiss if I didn't talk to you directly about the 4 vital behaviors. Okay. And we're going to talk about getting people results specifically, of course, with challenge groups. But for those of you who are new, our business is built on the 4 vital behaviors. They're on your business activity tracker. They are absolutely what get me to, I don't know if I got 10 or 12 last. I had someone sign up late last night, and she's on the West Coast. And I don't know if she went in last night or if it got in today. I kind of hope went in today, because that's 2 points for April. I have no idea. But I attribute all of that to tracking all of my conversations. And I attribute being diligent with that because I put those albums in there. And I want to show you guys how if you if you're showing up, and the only way that I know or your coach knows that you're showing up is if you're taking pictures of your business activity tracker or of your conversations that you're having, because you may run out of space on the back of your papers. I don't even write in the back of mine because I find that this is not enough space. I write it in the Scribbler. Excuse me, that's why I have 2 pictures for the dates. So the 4 vital behaviors, well, that's not the right button. Sorry, guys. Being proof the product works. And I would say that of all the coaches on our team, everyone shows up in an accountability group, and they show up on their personal public profile of Facebook or Instagram. So you're being proof the product works. You are showing your nutrition, you're drinking your Shakeology, you're doing your workouts. You are showing that with 20, 30, 40-minute workouts every day, you are being held accountable, okay? Are you connecting, and are you inviting, and are you following up? So are you meeting new people? The people that are in your network right now, they are that's called your warm market. Have you invited all of them? Because I challenged Darlene to go out and look in her friends list. And I'm just picking off people. I picked off her daughter. I picked off people like, who's this and who's that? Have you talked to this person? And here's the thing. We make up our minds for people. We say, oh, she's not going to really want this. This is not something that she would really want. She can't afford it. She's in school. And let them say that to you. Let them answer that it's not the right time, because then that opens the conversation for, when would you like me to follow up with you? I'll follow up with you at the end of April. I have a group starting in May. What about June? And then you're writing those names down. So you're connecting with new people in your network, and you're inviting them to something. So whether you're inviting them to an accountability group with me, and if you are a brand new coach, then I encourage you to do that, because then I can mentor you and show you, or the coach that you're with in this team page, you can run a group with them. You can buddy up with other coaches and run groups together. And you're following up with people. Okay. So number 3, the vital behaviors, you guys, we do them every day. So we're working out, we're posting about it. We're ripping off that Band-Aid, and we're posting some sort of sweaty selfie. And it doesn't have to be in depth. It doesn't have to be like crazy personal development, like a huge thing that someone needs to relate to. You're posting your sweaty selfie. That workout was amazing. I can't believe it was in real time. This is going to be an awesome 30 days. Boom. People are like, what are you talking about? What in real time workouts? I want to do that. You need to kind of spur that interest. Okay. You're connecting, you're inviting, you're picking a date for your challenge group to get people results. And we're going to focus on a challenge group. 4th one is doing personal development. You guys, people are going to say no to you. They're going to ignore you. They're going to ghost you. They're going to run the other way when you're in the staff room. They're going to be annoyed by you. And back at the beginning of this presentation, when we were talking about our goals, be it financial or connection, community, or a combination of them, you have to keep those goals in the forefront. If you want to make your car payment at the end of the month, then their opinion needs to not matter, right? If you want to cover your Shakeology, their opinion has no bearing on what you're doing at all, because they're not paying your bills. They're not part of your community. They don't know what the energy is like in these accountability groups. There are times when I just want to like shake people. How do you not want to do this both as a business and as a challenger? Like, you're driving to the gym, and I get it. Like, I was a gym rat, and I've got a Tisha. She's speaking about coaching. She's a discount coach. She taught spin on the weekend. I was like, that is so awesome. I'd love to go back to a spin class just for fun. Like, I understand that group fitness, that it's exciting, and teaching it is awesome. But when you are excited about what you're doing and you're posting about it on social media, people might not want to hear that. And so you post anyway, and you do personal development, and you fuel that muscle, and you're reading about confidence and belief and joy and abundance, and getting out of that lack mindset and that fear, and getting over that, and thinking about courage. And those things don't just happen naturally. And that's why it is one of our vital behaviors. So those 4 things are the way that we get to those goals. Okay, so we're going to talk about those challenge groups. Okay, running effective challenge groups. You're going to show up for your clients who have already invested in you. And we talked about that 2 slides ago. They've invested in you. So if you just sign them up and plunk them somewhere, they're not going to feel overly supported by you. They're not going to see your name showing up in their newsfeed. They're not going to see your sweaty selfie in the group. They're going to want to see your meals. They're going to want you answering some of their questions because you're the coach. Okay? So your challenge group guides, if you're running a challenge group on your own, or you're running one with me, and we can kind of share the duties of posting, they are found in your back office under Grow My Business, which is orange, and under challenge group guides. And you can click on the actual program that you're doing, and you can filter it down to week 1. And you just copy and paste into the Facebook group. So I want challengers to know how easy that is. I want you to know how easy that is, because I don't create all of that content. And there was a time when we were, and I've only been coaching for 5 years. And so the coaches who were coaching long before that, there's so much given to us for tools. You don't even have to, their graphics are way nicer than anything that I can create. So if it doesn't sound like your wording, change it up a little bit. You're not tied to it. You can change the graphic if you want to, but those challenge group guides are there for you to run effective challenge groups, so that you paint the picture. Like, we're not just doing this on Monday. We're doing this Monday through Sunday, and then we're going to start all over again on Monday. A lot of people have that mentality where they're going to give it a whirl, or I'm just going to see what I can do on my own, and then maybe I'll join you. Like, I'm not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. You're running this for your challengers who invest in you, who take their money and they pay Beachbody. They're not even paying you as a coach. And yes, you're getting paid for that, but they're not paying you as a coach. So they want you to show up in those accountability groups, okay? Challenge groups are a way to hold yourself accountable to your goals. Like, I was talking to a girl this morning who's not doing great. She's not doing great. And I understand mental illness more than I can even describe. And I know that running these accountability groups help me and so many people in so many ways, because it helps keep our bodies moving, and it keeps us eating healthy food. And without my holding myself accountable, and you guys holding yourself accountable in your accountability groups, then where would you be, right? Like, who would you talk to in the morning? The energy in there is incredible. It's an incredible way to wake up. And so holding yourself to your own accountability, to your own health and fitness goals, it's easier to walk away when you're not running an accountability group. It's easier to go, oh, I'm just kind of going to slide into the back and fade off into the background, and no one's going to know I'm gone, right? Well, no, you're gone. But if you're not invested in your challengers and you're not showing up every day, that's going to have an effect on your own health and fitness goals, okay? And on your nutrition and on your mindset, on your sleep, all those things that the business puts first and foremost. Oops. So show up. Just show up, right? Show up for yourself. And when you show up for yourself and your energy is in there, your challengers see that. Okay. And it's okay in your challenge group to not have the answers. How many times have you heard me say, I'm going to do some digging? That's like, hi, I don't know the answer. I'm going to go find the answer for you. And like, shoot me a message if I forget, but I'm going to go try and find the answer for you because I don't have all the answers. That teaches your customers who are thinking about maybe coaching that you don't have to have all the answers. Okay. So always think ahead. What is your group that's coming up? If you are following my stories this morning, I put a now closed on my, I number them and I fill the spots. And as I fill the spots, I post it, right? Giving people that sense of urgency. And I closed it. And I had spots for 40 people total. And I think I had like 27. And I purposely left them open and said, this is now closed. Like, you missed your opportunity. And then the next story was coming soon, Spring Fix 2.0. Like, just putting it out there. So I'm planning that. I don't have a date picked yet. They don't even know that. But I'm going to be running a group in April, and all of the people that I talked to in March for my April group that started today, I'm not going to put them in. There's a couple people that I might put in now, but after about a week, 2 weeks, I'm going to want to start a new group with those people because they'll be overwhelmed with all the energy and information in there. So you're always thinking ahead. You're always thinking about this coach sneak peek that's going to be coming up, a Snoop group where you can bring your people in who are thinking about coaching. You're always thinking about what's coming up, right? What team call is coming up that I can message my coaches about. What accountability group is coming up next, so that your posts are directed directly to that. So if you're posting on March 27th, 28th, 29th with urgency, and you haven't been doing that all month, people are gonna be like, where have you been? Like, what have you been? I haven't seen any of these posts. You see what I mean? It's a consistent thing. So people start to notice that they're missing opportunities, but it's not the last 3 days of the month, because people feel that they know that, oh, she must have a quota to fill, or she must have a goal set for another month. And that's not a bad thing, but it's important to be doing it consistently over the course of the month. Okay, so words to live by that were told to me: keep your blinders on. You're working on your business. You're not, social media is hard because you can follow other coaches for ideas. You can follow coaches for inspiration. But oftentimes when we're following coaches, we start that comparison game. Okay. You need to stay in your own lane. Your goal is emerald, 2 coaches. Maybe your goal is diamond, right? And how to get there. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Okay, comparison is the thief of joy. You can wake up happy, excited. This has happened to me a couple of times. And you're like, okay, I'm going to do this. And then you see someone's a 5-star diamond, or Christina Battaglia. Can we talk about that? She just went 15-star diamond. For those of you who don't understand what a star diamond is, I'm going to talk about diamond in a minute. But when you're a diamond coach and then you have one of your coaches go diamond, you're a 1-star. If you have 2 coaches that are diamonds, they've been on opposite sides, you're a 2-star diamond coach. If you're 3, 4, 5, a 15-star diamond coach is called a superstar. It's the highest rank that you can get in one business center. And Christina Battaglia, who's our coach on our team and our upline, she went 15-star diamond, and she went crazy incentive and talked to her downline and figured out who was building and who wants this and who wants to go diamond. She went from a 6-star to a 15-star diamond in a week, in a work week. Craziness. But you could easily go, oh, I can't do that. But that would be a lie, because you can totally do that. But it's easy to look at other coaches and think, well, she doesn't work full time. She coaches full time. Well, her kids are a little bit older. Her kids, she doesn't have any kids yet. Or, well, she works shift work, so during the day she can, there's all kinds of reasons why someone else's life is easier, but we're all busy. So if you start comparing, you're going to be unhappy. It's just the way it is. Your comfort zone is not where growth happens. And I remember the first time I asked, I can never remember her name, she's not a coach anymore, how did you get to that point where you were okay with posting a sweaty selfie? I know it's kind of funny because now I don't care. And I had an interesting conversation with, I'm on a teacher page in the state. It's a state thing. It's not even in Canada. And they're not allowed to post when they're out with their spouse and partying and vacation, I'm like, oh my God, go peek at my profile because I don't care. And I've already talked to people at the union and it's not even an issue. But your comfort zone keeps you comfortable, right? We have this like fight or flight kind of, that's the way our ego works. It wants to keep you safe. And so when you feel that fear creep in and you feel like, oh my God, I could never post about that. I could never post that picture. I couldn't take a sweaty selfie. That's where you're comfortable, right? No one's going to question what you're doing in there. It's when you start to step outside that comfort zone that growth starts to happen, because people start to get interested in what it is that you're doing. They start to take notice. They may not reach out to you. They may not answer your question, but they certainly are going to start watching you because you're posting every day. You're being consistent. Okay, I got to talk fast because I only have 10 minutes left. Let's take this break. Whoops. Hey, what happened? Okay. Personal development is called a vital behavior for a reason, because if you don't do personal development, you're not going to keep your blinders on. You're going to be comparing up the wazoo. You're not going to be willing to step outside the comfort zone because you're not going to read about fear. You're not going to read about courage. You're not going to read about imperfections. You're not going to read about all the things that everybody deals with, and you're going to assume they're all you, and they're not. That's what personal development is going to do for you. Okay, so I want you to go back to those whys that we started with. Okay, we talked about the financial whys, vacations, paying for business fees, renovations, car payment, full-time income replacement, big or small, it doesn't matter, right? You may be here for only a financial reason. You may be here for the community reasons. You probably are here for a combination of the two of them, or you're a brand new coach, you're probably going, what the actual am I doing here? It's okay. Because it might be confusing. I want you to think big picture, okay? I want you to think of diamond as your goal. Okay, imagine your name is there, not the word diamond, because you're not diamond yet. You're just signing coaches, okay? And you are a newer coach and you sign up your best friend. She's like, yeah, I'll do it with you. Sure. Okay, what's it gonna cost me? Sure. Let's do 21 Day Fix together. And then you sign up your spouse. So now you're an Emerald coach. Okay, so you have a coach on your left, you have a coach on your right. You're now an Emerald coach. You can start making cycle bonus. That means you have volume in your business. And for those of you who are brand new, we're going to do this in a new coach call, but you have volume in your business and you can start getting paid on that volume. Okay, you're going to start getting leads from the company. So anyone who goes on to beachbody.com by themselves, or they call the 1-800 number, they get assigned a coach, and you might get a free customer. You might get a paid customer depending on what your Success Club is. So this right here, if you signed a coach today, your best friend, you signed your husband tomorrow, you're at Success Club 4 because you've sold them a challenge pack. You've got an extra bonus because you've signed them as a coach. As you sign up with the challenge pack, all gibberish for those of you who don't understand it, but we can go over it further. This is how you build your diamond. You're going to run a challenge group. You sign up another coach. Maybe you sign up a challenger, you sign up another coach. Now you have 2 coaches on your left, you have 2 coaches on your right. So you have 4 coaches. Remember, diamond is 12 coaches. You're probably sitting there going, oh my God, that's only 4? That's a lot of work to get there. I still have to go that much further for diamond. Yes, you do. You're posting. You're doing your 4 vital behaviors. You're doing your systems check. You're checking in. You're doing all the things in the pocket of time that you have, and it's not hours. Here, we're talking like in the pockets of time that you have. When you are diligent with your time, you'll build your business. Okay. You sign another coach. Your husband. You sign a coach to your husband. Let's be honest. These 5 dots, the first 5. That's like, say that's Success Club 10. And you want to start giving your husband Success Club points. So you sign a coach underneath your husband. And then you sign another coach. Your husband is now Emerald. So now you have 5 coaches. One of them is Emerald. Yes, you signed those coaches underneath your husband, unless your husband is actively working. But you go into his account, you send the email from your husband's account, and they sign up with your husband. Okay? Your girlfriend starts to go, well, you sign a coach. Your girlfriend starts to go, you're making a little bit of money. I want to do what you do. You bring her onto the team page, you teach her how to do what you do, and you keep signing coaches, you're posting, your coach signs a coach, now you have 2 emeralds. Right now you would be Ruby because you have 2 emeralds and you have at least 6 coaches. Okay, so you would be Ruby. A lot of people skip Ruby because their emeralds don't pop until they have 8 coaches total. And then it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday at 5. And I say, girl, you are about to go diamond. You need one more coach. You get on the phone, you get in your messenger, you're doing your following up, you're inviting someone to join you, and you sign another coach and you're diamond. So that's a huge picture. And to some people, that seems really difficult. And that seems like it's going to take a long time. That does not have to take a long time. That your diamond can pop within a week easily because you're having those conversations. I don't know if it was 3 or 4 that Darlene coach signed 3 or 4 coaches. And that was from conversations, right? Just from conversations. So when you think diamond is a huge, big picture, really it's a matter of being consistent and showing up every day. Excuse me. You can tell my kids want to make a smoothie out there because it's noisy. So every time you sign a coach on your left and your right, you're going emerald every time. So just think about that. If you're already an emerald coach, great, go emerald again. And then go emerald again. And then go emerald again. Then you have your 8 coaches, and then you're going to pop 2 of them into diamonds. And that means that maybe one's your spouse. If you were, I hate saying if you were smart. I sometimes have to catch myself saying that because of course you're smart, but like that's business. That's a good business move, is to have your husband or your spouse or a mother or a sister as a coach, and then you can place coaches under them, and then you would have another builder on your team. Okay, so coaches get $18 per cycle, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up. You hold diamond for 6 weeks, and then you're considered a lifetime diamond. That means that if one of these coaches were to go inactive in those 6 weeks, you lose your diamond status, and you have to start that diamond status all over again. So let's say that this diamond right here is Cynthia, and she's one of my personally sponsored coaches. So she gets to diamond. I'm in 1-star qualifying for 6 weeks. So you're in a qualifying. So you spend those 6 weeks qualifying, and then once Cynthia does those 6 weeks of qualifying, you're considered a lifetime diamond. But if she drops one of those coaches and they become inactive, and I lose that 1-star status, as soon as she signs another coach up, you go back into status once you've spent those 6 weeks in qualifying. Hopefully that makes sense. And then you're always adding to that network, because this right here is what we call skeleton diamond. Sorry. Skeleton diamond, right? So if anyone in this picture drops rank, then you lose your diamond rank. So if it's within the 6 weeks of that, you want to hold it for 6 weeks, and then if someone drops, then you drop right back in. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing because we only have 3 minutes left, and that went a lot longer than I thought. Does that make sense? And I'm sure it's really overwhelming, but here's the thing. When you think big picture and you think, okay, diamond's my goal, and you kind of reverse engineer it back to your activity on your business tracker, and you are showing up in your challenge groups, and you have a plan for a challenge group, your business starts to grow. If you think you can't do this, then you won't, right? If you think I have nothing to contribute to a challenge group, you're not going to contribute to a challenge group. Okay, we have 2 minutes. Questions? Comments? Overwhelmed? Okay. Nobody has questions? I'm sure the structure of diamond's confusing. I'm sure compensation plans are confusing. The biggest thing to keep in mind is that you're here to help people change their life with health and fitness. And so you invite people to something. So whether that's with me, and I will forever offer my coaches the opportunity to bring their coaches, their people into my groups forever. But sometimes you kind of got to go, you know what? I'm going to run my own group, because when you run your own group, you got to be up at 5 o'clock. Well, you don't have to be. You got to put your content in. You got to post your create your copy, your posts in there. It's not a matter of even creating it, right? So sometimes when you rip off that Band-Aid, then you show up, and then you post differently when you have accountability group. When you know that on April 14th or whatever that Monday is, that you're going to have a group starting, then you're going to post about that. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I want people to get their stuff. So you're going to post about, get your link from me, or if you want one of the 5 spots that I have, or it's going to change the way you post. Okay. You got a minute left because I'm cheap and it's the free version. Okay. I'm going to stop recording, and I'll share the link